Hello and welcome to the new release of the new PDF for the documentary Nirvana, Kurt Cobain is Alive, the 72 Radiant Diamond Facets of the 27 Club. And right now it's just in PDF form. And this is going to be turned into a video where I'm going to read this out. And it's going to be beautiful with lots of imagery. But for those people who kind of prefer to read, you can actually use this because it's kind of a fun way to just explore it if you like to read. And this is going to be part of the new book that's coming out called the Unity Life Coloring Book, slightly edited for book form. And so basically the story is this. In 2017, I received a series of life-changing ayahuasca visions through a series of ayahuasca ceremonies in which I received tons of information about this mystery man in Peru who I literally had no idea who it was, but he was a very important person to learn about. And at the time, I was not at all interested in Nirvana or any bands at all. But about a year later, I rediscovered Nirvana, which I had only listened to as a young teenager, about 12, 13. And I actually realized that the visions in the ayahuasca ceremonies were full of references to the Nirvana discography, the news coverage of Kurt Cobain's supposed death, and also public statements and interviews from the band Nirvana. And in such a way so that obviously the ayahuasca visions were recontextualizing that information to make a statement to explain that Kurt Cobain is alive. And he's alive, he's in Peru, and the key point here is that he is doing ayahuasca in Peru as his path. He's an ayahuasquero, which is a master healer of ayahuasca medicine, and a perfumero, a master healer of the ayahuasca perfumes, and actually a brewer of ayahuasca. So he actually creates the ayahuasca medicine. Now, this whole entire piece really was apropos that I actually received it through ayahuasca specifically, if indeed his new reality is that he's an ayahuasca medicine man in Peru. That's why I created the part called "The Medium is the Message," was just to explain just the appropriateness of the medium through which this information was conveyed, that Kurt Cobain is alive. How much more powerful it is, too, than finding out information on the internet where people can be tricked so easily to think that he's dead. Like, misinformation is spread through an information dissemination hierarchy system. Things like police. If police would lie and say something untrue, for some reason, perhaps to do like a witness protection program or whatever, everyone's going to just believe it. The news is going to report on that, and people are going to think that's like doctrine. They're going to believe it. And images portrayed in a certain way, false impressions. I mean, it's surprisingly simple, actually, some of the theories that I have about how Kurt Cobain may have faked his death, but this is going to be not about a faked death and how he would have pulled it off, just really straight up offering the information that ayahuasca has provided, because it's truly just so incredibly radically transformative to the lyrics of the discography and like insights into their public statements. To actually take this information into consideration, it just kind of breaks open the meaning in such a deeper way. So here there's a list of 72 facets, and this documentary is structured according to these facets. I'm just saying this is just the first facet, 173 original. But there's actually going to be like tons of videos that are going to proceed from this, although the first facet is going to be like the master facet. That's why it's going to be in the book and it's in writing here, and it's much longer as a video than the other videos. And the other videos are going to be a lot more slapped together, just thrown together and stuff like that. Some of them may be a little more formally done, but there's just so many to do. But definitely, it's like you should be able to get by. You've got all the main information from the first facet. So if you just read this, you're pretty set up. You know what's going on. And hopefully it will whet your appetite to find out a little more about some of the things that are promised in later facets too. So I really hope you enjoy it. Thanks for taking the time for this video, and check out the download. It's in the link in bio as always for the PDF, and have a beautiful day.